Well, hi there everybody. I am so excited for you to be here for my very first character design on film. Today we are going to be drawing Tyler. He is a character in my team Zero and the Biters. Are they enemies? Are they friends? We don't know. First, I am going to be using a fancy Bic pen from France. This is a ballpoint pen you can get in a 60-pack for $6 at your local Walmart. Anyway, right now we are doing just a basic sketch. I'm going to try and do a couple different sketches to try and figure out how exactly I want his character design to go. I've drawn Tyler a couple times, probably maybe 3 or 4 times, just kind of basic sketches, trying to figure out exactly what I want him to look like. I haven't really settled on something consistent, so hopefully this will be, this whole process will be part of that solidification to make him into a character that is consistent and is, usable and reusable, and I can draw him over and over again, and I know who he is, what he looks like, what his personality is like, things like that. Mostly he's just been a concept that has shown up in a lot of different drawings, and not really exactly a fleshed out character. I like drawing a lot of characters. I don't always give them backstories, but you know what? When I do, I end up making whole entire stories and plot lines and shows about them, so hopefully it doesn't get too intricate. But anyway, basically I kind of wanted him to be sort of like a cowboy. I think earlier ideas of him had him having 4 arms, 4 like alligator skin kind of arms, and I thought that would be great to be like an outlaw or like a gunman, because he can hold 4 guns at a time. He can shoot 4 different directions. So I think I am gonna go back to the original idea of having 4 arms, and that is one of the first fleshed out pictures that I drew of him, and that was with the rest of the Zero team. So as you'll see in a couple minutes, I'm going to be drifting away from that design. I really like that original design. I think, he looked very young. He looked very kind of a little bit more stout than other drawings that I had made of him. I really did like that design, but as I tried to redraw it over and over again, make his jaw a little bit wider, make his face a little shorter, I didn't really like how it looked. And a lot of the process for me is just how things look. So here is where I went to different other people's art for inspiration. I think it's always a good idea to do this. Pinterest is always a great place to do that. I already saved a couple pins of like cool cowboys I wanted to emulate and take different features from. I was still trying to kind of figure out, what I wanted him to look like. Every single cowboy picture I found had a cowboy wearing a cowboy hat. So I thought, it might be really cool to try the cowboy hat. I really do like the idea of the poncho. I like this picture because it's like all straggly and he's mysterious. I want that to be kind of the vibe that Tyler gives off. I don't really want people to see his face so much. So I decided to choose the goggles and the bandana to kind of cover up his identity a little bit. Partly because he's got some secrets to hide, and partly because I just wanted him to be kind of this mysterious character. I ended up ditching the hat. I'm not good at drawing hats, and sometimes you need to play to your strong suits. So I ditched the hat, but I really do like the goggles and the mask. I think it'll add a lot to the mysterious side of who he is. And then also I don't have to figure out who he is yet. I can kind of, let there be a mystery and flesh it out a little bit later, which is nice because then you can kind of develop the world around him, and once the world is more developed, then he can fit into the world a little bit better, a little bit more naturally, a little bit how the story necessitates. Gosh, why can't I find any small words to describe things that I want to say? Anyway, so after going to from that first design, I wanted to redraw him, trying the wider jaw, trying the bigger nose, taking a look at what the arms looked like and what his teeth looked like in real life, how it all fit together. Because honestly, like I tried, you saw me, I drew all those different designs for the arms. I can't figure out how a character would have 4 arms. Would they have, 4, I mean, of course they would have 4 triceps, so would they have 4 shoulders, and then like how would that skeletal structure fit together? I had seen something on Pinterest like a couple years ago about how to do that, but I don't remember it, and I'm sure I have it saved in the back of a page somewhere. I just don't know where. So anyway, I wanted to experiment with a couple different ideas. Like I said, I really do like the poncho and the goggles. Those are definitely aspects that I'm going to keep. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. What am I drawing? Oh yeah, the little baby. Okay. Please put in the comments what you think this little baby's name should be, because I don't know. He's such a cute little baby. He's got like this little shark costume that he wears, and then like he's part shark because he's got like sharp teeth. He can bite people. I was thinking, his name could be like some kind of Russian or German name that means biter or hunter or something like that. I think that would be fun. I haven't thought of a good name for me. I haven't settled on one, so please tell me good baby names that you think would be really good for like a little monster child who's just like utterly happy about everything, but also will like completely bite your leg off. I was thinking they could call him by his last name, or they could have like a not just a short little name like Ted, but like Rusovich or something, something with multiple syllables. I don't know. I think that would be fun. Anyway, here's the final character sketch. I'm just sketching out the basic shapes before I move on to the next step. I am not good at drawing babies. This is like the first full baby I've tried to draw. And here is where I erased a whole bunch, and you might think, why are you doing it? Why did you erase your entire picture? But as you can see, it's still there. I drew nice and dark with the original lines. What this does is it cleans up your picture, and it helps to help you figure out which lines you are most happy with, the ones that were most solid, and then you can redraw over those. Here's I flipped through my original character design a little bit, just to get some inspiration real quick. I know, I'm sorry I didn't show you that better, but, I can't. Anyway, just time won't allow. But basically, I'm putting on the goggles. I want to make sure I actually did like the original design I did a little while ago. So I want to take some elements from that. Like, I want him to have kind of sad eyes. So I'm going to tilt them up in the middle a little bit. All of these skills I stole from other artists. So don't think that I'm like this great, crazy, awesome artist. I stole these skills. I'm just regurgitating what I learned from other people. And eventually I'll become as good as those other people. Anyway, so if you want to know about those other artists that I like to watch, ask me in the comments. I will probably post some of my favorite art videos and favorite YouTubers who also do art, because artists gotta support artists. And if you're an artist out there and you are less successful or more successful than me, please just support me. We gotta stick together. We gotta help each other out, because we're all in this. Ooh, that sounds really cliche. We're all in this together. But like as artists, we all want to. We're all trying to put our own imaginations out there on paper for other people to see, and we need help getting noticed. So if you're an artist, if you appreciate art, please subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to watch more of my videos. I hope that you love to watch my videos as much as I love to make them. I think they're really fun, and if you guys think they're really fun too, please do subscribe so that you'll see the next one. I don't post super consistently. Hopefully I will get better at that, but if you subscribe and if you click the notification bell, I know everybody asks for this, but really, like, if you do that, it'll at least, at the very least, it'll help me a little bit, which would be awesome. And second of all, it'll let you know when my next video is, when they sporadically come out of nowhere. So please do that. especially if you like my art and you want to see more of it, because when you subscribe, you will be notified right away. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of these. I think I really enjoy this. They take a lot of time to edit. Holy smokes, if smokes were holy. Okay, I stole that joke from somebody else, my friend Sam. He's hilarious. Anyway, hopefully he'll be a voice actor for this show. So I'm gonna just, get popularity by doing all these character designs and these drawings and stuff. But eventually we're gonna have a full show. So please, don't miss it. Subscribe. Oh my gosh, I drew this baby horribly. Please do. Why am I still talking about this? I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys like the little shark costume I put on him. I think it's freaking adorable. He just looks so happy in it. I think Tyler and this little baby are gonna be a pair. I mean, it's not his baby. I don't know whose it is. It's kind of this little baby they adopted. But, he's definitely gonna be, like, the one who clings to Tyler all the time and just, like, pokes him in the eye and throws off his aim. And, like, Tyler could be a really great marksman, but he's got a baby on his shoulder, so it's messing him up. But it's gonna be a really fun dynamic. I can't wait to do this show. Dude, I hope you guys come and see this show. It'll be so much fun. There'll be treachery, there'll be villains, there'll be heroes, there'll be monsters, there'll be secret organizations, laser guns, experiments, all kinds of cool things. Please don't miss it. Come back when it starts happening. Well, just stick around for the journey. It'll be really fun to just see how everything develops. My art style, the story itself, just everything. I'm here for the ride, and I hope you guys are too. So, speaking of this little baby, if you guys are following me on Instagram, which you totally should, tell me what name I should give him, because I still haven't come up with it. And it's always so much fun to have input from the fans. Alright, here I am doing a whole bunch of different Copic markers and other kinds of alcohol markers. We've got, let's see if I can show you, we've got this red, lipstick red, we've got acid green. Those are great colors for, I don't know, pretty much anything. Let's see, then we've got more neutral colors, which I really like. I've been using them a lot more. We've got yellow ochre, we have, oh gosh, it's wiggling a lot. We have terracotta, we have pale blue, which is actually purple, and we have what I believe is peach brown. Alright, so I kind of, played around with the color palette. I actually drew most of this character while I was at a boba tea shop, and I actually asked the people who were working there, because it was kind of slow. I asked them what kind of colors they thought would go well with him, so they really gave a lot of input to that. So if you guys are watching, thank you so much for helping me out with the colors on this guy. I think it turned out really good. You guys helped me to figure out like a good color palette for him. Complementary colors is still something that I'm learning about, so I really appreciated the help. Again, the poncho was a big part of the character design for me, so I wanted to make that, the base, the main color. I hadn't really figured out exactly what color I wanted each part of his design to be, so I thought, I would start with the poncho, make that the main color that I really liked the most, and then make everything else kind of match that, and I could go from there. Man, I just freaking love using alcohol markers. Quick little personal history thing. When I was growing up, I used a lot of different mediums. I started with crayons and watercolors. I didn't really like watercolors because it's very hard to, when you're a kid, it's very hard to, make them look very good. You try and paint something like they're acrylics, basically, and it's just, it bleeds all over the place. Only more recently have I realized that you can actually use watercolors for really beautiful things if you don't worry about coloring within the lines. But anyway, I tried watercolors, I tried crayons. None of those really, had the bright colors that I was looking for. I tried colored pencils. Those are also just, not super saturated. And then I got into alcohol markers and Copic markers and stuff. By the way, I tested out a bunch of these colors on this little piece of paper here just to try and, you know, figure out what they would look like, because the pens don't really always perfectly illustrate what color they would look like, and when you put them next to each other, it really helps you figure out what they're going to look like on the page. So yeah, it's just a little semi-pro tip. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, markers. I love alcohol markers. I love them so much. Copics are very expensive, but you can actually get other markers at like Hobby Lobby or something that are also alcohol markers, and pretty much all of them are really good. The let's see, the oval ones, like this green one that I'm using right now, those are Copic markers, but the triangular ones are a different brand, and well, I'll find out. I'll go home and I'll find out what brand it is, and oh well. While I'm recording this, I just found somebody's vape lying around. I'm sure they'll probably want that. Anyway, I'll probably cut that out. Anyway, what was I talking about? Copic markers. When I'm done doing this video, I will put in the description below like what kind of markers I used, all the colors and everything. So in case you guys are curious, are on your own art rampage, I'll let you know what kind of colors I used if you are interested. So, you know, complementary colors, it's a very, very interesting, very useful thing. You know, basically, you know, you take the color wheel, and what I understand of it is you either take colors that are directly next to each other or directly opposite from each other, and use those to make it look more gooder. More on that a little bit later. Right now, I'm gonna get ready to ink this drawing, which I freaking love doing. I never used to ink things. I'm now using the Sharpie for extra thick lines, Faber-Castell medium size pen, I guess, for the medium lines, and then these graphic pens for the thinner lines, 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5. Really, the 0.1, that's used for like the really fine lines and stuff. I forgot what I'm grabbing here. I think it's a blender. I think I needed a blending pen and a couple other colors, like that one is Cool Shadow. This one is, why are these upside down? Pale light blue, yellow ochre. There we go. That's right side up. And what else do I got here? Marigold. Yeah. So those are all kind of the like brownish, orangish colors. Oh yeah, and then that pale blue from before, which is really like light purple. Honestly, it could have been called I don't know, lavender or something. What else do I got in here? Let's see. Gonna use my cool gray. I don't think I actually ended up using the cool gray. I used a warm gray because most of my colors are brownish, and a cool gray would be more too bluish for this. Pastel peach, I use that for, that's kind of like a skin tone, but it's like way too yellow for most of the skin tones that I do, so I don't usually use that. I'm just gonna touch up this his arms a little bit more because I want them to be more scaly, more, you know, a little bit less human. A little bit more kind of like this is his power set, you know? He's got these big, strong alligator kind of arms. But anyway, oh yeah, dang, that looks good with all the kind of like, it looks like scales, you know? Using a bunch of different colors too is really important. Something that I've learned recently is like, you know, you start with a lighter color and then you use darker and darker colors, and it gives a lot of depth and a lot of texture to your drawings. That's something I really haven't discovered until recently. But anyway, let's see here. We're going to color in these boots a little bit more. I made them way too light. Boots are usually a dark color. I tried several different times to get the right boot color. There's a color of pen in here that I started using, a color of marker, I mean. I think it's this darker color that I'm using right now. I don't know when I started using it or where it was when I started looking for colors in the first place. I don't even know what that color was. It flashed up on the screen so fast. Oh yeah, I'm using the purple. That's what I'm doing. Someone just said that I should name the baby 1 because he's part of 0 and the biters. So 0, 1, 2. That's hilarious. Okay, man, I love Atom Punk. These guns are kind of like an Atom Punk style, which is kind of like, you know, retro futuristic technology. Kind of the idea of I'm using warm gray here. That's what just flashed up there in front of the screen. Retro futuristic technology is kind of like what people would have thought the future would have looked like in the 50s. So a lot of ray guns, robots, space travel. You see a lot of those like really interesting spacesuits that are very like a lot more form-fitting than the spacesuits we actually have, because they just didn't really understand all of, well, what I assume is that they didn't really understand all of what you would need to have in a spacesuit. Let's see here. The markers, the pens that I was doing, the line art, which I'm going to start pretty soon, I promise. I decided to give him yellow eyes. I thought that was kind of fun. Oh yeah, I'm using my dark green Copic marker, which has pretty much run out of alcohol. I tried to replenish it after this video was made, but it kind of diluted the ink. But anyway, it looked really cool, even though it's like very thick and kind of sticky. It made some really good just like different colored blotches on his arms, which was great for that uneven looking texture. Now you just kind of erase all of your pencil markings. Something I learned with using Copic markers is that, oh gosh, that's way too dark. See, that's my dark brown that I had never used before. I got that mixed up with one of my other darker brown colors. And although I like it, I wish I hadn't mixed it up with the other ones. My goodness, my thought train is just going off in crazy directions right now. I don't know. Anyway, I used the pink there and something else. I'll put all the colors in the description below, so you guys can actually find out what the heck I'm using, because I can't see as fast as I sped it up this video what kind of colors I'm using here. Anyway, what I learned from Copic markers is that if you draw with pencil first, you're going to and then you draw over that with Copic markers, it solidifies the pencil. So if you don't want your pencil to be in there, you will need to erase that pencil before you color over it with the marker, because once you put the marker on top of the pencil, for some reason it makes the pencil more permanent. Here I was using my blending marker to kind of try and lighten up those holes a little bit more. It didn't really work. It made them look like oily spots, but that's okay. Art is art. Art is not perfect. Art is art. And sometimes art happens in ways that you don't expect, and you have to roll with it, and that's okay. Sometimes imperfections are like really significant parts of art. I think it's funny when like sometimes in movies and stuff, people will have like a historical, like a time travel or something like that, and Van Gogh is like painting his Starry Night, and somebody accidentally spills like a big splotch of black paint on his painting, and he turns it into that big tree that's there. Like it looks like it's so out of place, but at the same time it adds depth to his painting, and it's possible that it could have been a mistake, but he made the most of it and he didn't let it go to waste. And that's the important thing about art, is that if you make a mistake, don't crumple up the paper and throw it away. See what you can make from it, because that's really art, is finding ways to make normal everyday things like mistakes more beautiful. So anyway, yes, finally we're going to do the line art here. It's gonna look so freaking amazing. Starting with the 0.1, I always start with the lightest. Oh gosh, that really got all kind of busted. Actually, I'm gonna have more problems with this pen, so I eventually stop using it. But it's nice to use something nice and thin for all of the really fine lines, like around his eyes and stuff. If I went at this with like the Sharpie, it would be ridiculous. So what you want to do with he maybe not look ridiculous, he might look fabulous with all of his dark thick eyeliner. But anyway, when you're doing line drawing, you don't usually want to always use one thickness. You want to use multiple different thicknesses, and use the smaller tips for these more defined lines, more small lines, more detailed lines. Within the face usually is where I use them, within these details with the rips in his bandana, stuff like that. And then you can step up from there I would probably do, I think I'm going to do the outline of the baby with not the thickest pen, but definitely not the thinnest one. I'm still using the 0.1, I don't know why. But yeah, definitely this one, I think I'm going to stop using the 0.1 honestly, because the 0.3, it's not that much thicker, and I don't make super thin lines most of the time. I usually like making them on the thicker side anyway, and it busted all over the place, so kind of sadly I have to stop really using it so much. But anyway, now I'm just kind of outlining everything. Dang, I love it when it looks like this, when it, you know, turns out all finished and stuff. I don't usually finish my drawings, you know. I usually just make sketches, and then I'm just like, well, that's how it is, you know. I like it how it is there, and it's done. But I think if I really took the time to color, even though it would take a lot longer, if I took the time to color and you know, ink my drawings, they would look so freaking good. So I don't know if I were to give advice to other artists out there, don't stop with just a sketch. If you have time, go back to your older sketches and finish them up a little bit, make them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. I think you'll, you know, even just like giving something a background, like a colorful background on your regular sketch or on your regular line art, will look really nice. So that can just kind of add to some of your art. So now I'm going over this with the either the 0.3 or the 0.5. I'm not really sure. Just thickening up those lines a little bit. These are going to be the lines that define things like his arms against his body, the details in the ray guns, his gloves against his arms, you know, things that don't need to be separated by a huge thick line, but still need to have some kind of separation between them. I also really like, you know, making the drawing with the Copic markers first and then putting lines around that, because you can kind of change things a little bit. I wanted his arms to look a little bit wider and beefier, and I could do that because you can always add more ink, but you can't usually, you know, take away from the line art and color over that. So now I'm going over everything with a fine point Sharpie, not the super fine point, mind you. It's just the basically a regular Sharpie with a pointed tip. But I just wanted to give this guy a really good standard, you know, really good outline to make him stand out from the page. And the final touch is to use a white pen to, you know, give some things a little bit extra shine and make them stand out a little bit. I love using a white pen over the top of these. I actually had a gel pen that I was trying to use. It did not work at all. What I'm actually using is a white labeling pen that's used for labeling like jars and things like that, where they have like a black label and you need a white pen to write the name of like an herb or a spice or something like that for your jars. And here it is, the finished product. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I really appreciate your guys' support. Please have an awesome rest of your day, and if you're an artist, keep doing what you love. Other people will probably love it too. Alright, here you go. Thank you so much for watching my character design of Tyler. I appreciate you guys so much. Please remember to like the video and share it with your friends. Alright, thanks. Bye.